The Eurovision Song Contest is not a singing competition. It is a songwriting contest. After all, it is not called the Eurovision Singing Contest. Media, as well as fans, often focus on the performers, and that's okay. But technically, Eurovision is not The Voice Europe or X Factor Europe. It is the songs who are competing, not the singers.
Of course, the person singing the song is the one we all see. Also, it is a TV show, and the overall impression, including staging and outfit, goes along with the performance. It is only natural that these things are important. They contribute to how we all perceive a song. Honestly, they can decide about the success of a song. A mediocre song might become impressive with amazing staging, and a good song can lose chances when the staging does not fit or when the singer is not good enough.
But officially, it is the song that is supposed to win. That means the songwriters, the composers, win the competition and not the singers. Ever since 2002, additionally to the grand prize of the Eurovision Song Contest, there are some awards given out behind the scenes. They are called the Marcel Bezençon Awards. Marcel Bezençon was a man who worked for the EBU in the 50s, and he came up with the idea of the Eurovision Song Contest.
There are 3 Marcel Bezençon Awards each year: the Press Award, the Artistic Award and the Composer Award. 2 of these go to the performers and not the songwriters.
The Press Award is voted upon by the accredited media and press and goes to the entry as a whole. The Artistic Award goes to the performer and is voted on by the international commentators from all broadcasters. The third one, the Composer Award, goes to the composition, like the main victory, but it gets decided by other composers of that year.
In some cases, of course, it does not make a difference if the prize goes to the composer or the performer, because the composer performs the song themselves. In other cases, the performer and the composers are totally different.
The 2 most recent winners of 2025 and 24, JJ and Nemo, both were part of the songwriting team of their song. The same goes for Loreen in 2023 and Duncan Lawrence from 2019, who were part of the group of people who wrote the song they performed.
The 2 bands who won recently, Kalush Orchestra in 2022 and Måneskin in 2021, both write their song as a band. The band members were also the songwriters, so the group of performers and the group of composers was the same people.
The actual winners of 2018 and 17 were not the person we associate with the song. The song Toy was written by Doron Medali and Stav Berger. Netta just performed it. Amar Pelos Deutsch was also not written by Salvador Sobral. The songwriter in this case is the sister of Salvador, Luisa Sobral. And here we got to see her when he called her on stage to do the winning performance with him, which was totally lovable.
The year before, 2016, was the last time that the performer and the songwriter were identically in one person. Jamala's song, 1944, was written by Jamala and nobody else. When you look back further, all the winning songs from 2014 back to 2010 were written by people we did not see on stage. Only Alexander Rybak wrote his own winning song in 2009.
So technically, Loreen has not won twice, because she did not compose Euphoria in 2012. Therefore, if we would want to be picky, she only truly won in 2023 when she was part of the songwriting team for...
Things are different with the only other person we often hear about as having won the contest twice, Johnny Logan. He is listed as a winning performer in 1980 with What's Another Year? And in 1987 with Hold Me Now. Yet, just like Loreen, he is only the composer of the second song where he performed Hold Me Now. But he is also the composer of the winning song from 1992, which was sung by Linda Martin. This makes him a 2-time winner as composer too. Winning 2 times as a composer is also not as rare as winning 2 times as a performer. There are 7 people in total who won the contest 2 times as a composer, like Johnny Logan.
The first one is the Dutch songwriter Willy van Hemert, who wrote the lyrics for which won the contest in 1957. And he also composed which won only 2 years later in 1959.
The next one even won in 2 consecutive years. Yves Descar from France was part of the songwriting team for the winning song of 1971 and also for 1972's.
The third 2-time composing winner is Rolf Løvland from Norway, who wrote which was performed by the Bobby Sox in 1985. Also, 10 years later, in 1995, he wrote where he performed as keyboarder of Secret Garden.
In the 90s, the Irish songwriter Brendan Graham wrote the 2 winning songs of 1994 and which won the contest in 1996.
The most recent example of a double victory as composers are the Swedish songwriters Thomas Gerson and Peter Boström, who contributed to both of Loreen's winning songs. In 2012 was written by just the 2 of them. In 2023 they worked with a larger group, adding Loreen herself and 2 additional Swedish composers, Jimmy Joker Turnfeld and Moa Cassiopeia Karlebecker, to the team.
Now, most people had probably never heard of people like Brendan Graham before. And it is often casually said that only Johnny Logan and Loreen won the contest twice. This is because, although technically it is a songwriting contest, everyone all too often focuses on the people on stage. It is easy to forget the composers, which we often never even see in the show. The contest itself makes no effort whatsoever to remind the audience that it is actually a songwriting contest.
Still, personally, we would very much like it if the contest decided to show the composers a bit more. In some national selections, like the Swedish Melodifestivalen, for example, the composers are introduced and shown to the audience. Sometimes they get to say a few words about the song they wrote. We think this is nice and respectful. It would be easy to include it into the big show too. Just let the composers be there and say a few words to make them visible at least. We would love that.
But what do you think? Would you like to see composers in the Eurovision Song Contest?
Leave us a comment and, of course, like and subscribe and hit that notification bell because we plan to publish more videos about the Eurovision Song Contest very soon.
Goodbye.